Hi guys, welcome back to the Pink Podcast. Today's guest co-host is Liz.
Hey.
So Liz and I want to talk about sobriety from like alcohol and anything that's, fun party vibes. Because I went sober like over or almost a year ago. Over a year ago? About a year ago. And Liz has been sober for a month. So we have a OG sobriety girl and a new sobriety girl.
Yeah.
And sobriety is really important, obviously, in the sense of like it's good for your mind and not you don't have to be like sober forever. But we do want to talk about our journey with it, where it's kind of brought us and why we've kind of changed into this version of us. Like what shifted what was the shift in the air that led us here? So let's get into it. So you said you've been sober for a month, right?
Yeah. Literally 1 month, and it's so different from what I'm used to. So it's like
Yeah.
a huge change. I don't even know where to start because it's just like I didn't plan, I guess, on being sober. Like I didn't wake up one day and I was like, next month is the month. Like I
Yeah.
was very much like, I guess, like in the party scene, which just I guess like became like overwhelming, and then like the amount of partying I was doing or whatever. So yeah, at the beginning of this month is when I just went like cold turkey, and yeah.
Yeah.
So how was your journey? I'm curious about it.
You know what? So I don't even remember why did I start? Oh, okay, I remember because for a second I forgot why I even started being sober. But one from smoking, like I have been trying to like be a pothead girly since I was like high school, and every time that I would smoke, I would get like anxiety. Like I would feel like pressure in my chest, like like when you felt before, like I don't know, your parents were gonna catch you doing something, and you kind of get like that tight feeling.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I would get every time I would smoke. And I know some people say like, oh, it goes away eventually. I was smoking like every day, all the time, like trying to like get past that stage, like because I did like a part of it, right? It never went away. The feeling was always there, and I was like still trying it because it's like socially cool. Like people do it, people like it, it relaxes people. I'm like, I want to get to the point where it's relaxing for me. That sounds like a good time. I want
Yeah.
something to decompress me. I'm gonna thug it through the stage until my body gets away from that feeling. That was my smoking experience. And drinking, I never had like a problem with drinking. Like I drank like only when I would go out with my friends, maybe like a party here or there, and maybe like a wine night with like Bay or something, but I never like was so oftenly drinking. But then I started watching the Rob Dyrdek podcast, which it's more serious than it sounds off the name because I know he's like known for ridiculousness, but he has like a health and mindset podcast, and he was talking about how he's so strict in everything that he does, like his routine, what he does do, what he doesn't do, what he eats, everything. And he was saying how he used to before balance his life, like sometimes he would eat something bad, like here and there, like you eat a mainly healthy life and then, or you live a mainly healthy life. And then sometimes you would party, sometimes you would drink a little, sometimes you would eat a little cake. But
Yeah.
most of the time he used to be good. But then he was explaining like the downsides of the doing it sometimes, and that it wouldn't just be bad for that day, but you would wake up the next day or the next 2 days not feeling the best.
Yeah.
And then he made a good point where he was saying, why would I ever choose to not be at 100%? Like, why would I personally choose to do anything that's going to make me feel less than 100% the day of and the day after? And I was like, that's a solid point, because anytime I would drink, not that I would get like super drunk or anything, but I would just wake up the next day not feeling like mentally sharp, not as like enthusiastic, not as happy, not as like feeling like me. And I could notice it a lot because I never drank that much, that when I would drink or smoke or whatever, I would feel the impact of it the day of and the day after. So I was like, okay, let me just try this approach. Let me just never do it and see how I feel about never smoking, never drinking. And it was a little weird because I know socially, especially at the age that we're at, we're like early 20, almost mid 20s. Ugh. Oh gosh, what a fear.
Okay, well, you're still in your 20s, so it's
Yeah, I
fine.
know,
No,
but
it's fine. It's fine.
the 20s. We're in the 20s, so the 20s and even 30s, like people be partying, people having a good time, which is normal.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, damn, am I gonna be fun? Am I gonna still be like not judging
What am I gonna
everybody
do?
else. Yeah, what am
What am I
I
gonna
gonna
do?
do?
Like,
How
yeah,
am I
no,
gonna be
exactly.
social? Like, this is weird. But I tried it. I tried it around, I think, May of last year. And then I just became obsessed with the streak. I was like, okay, this is like cool. Like now I could say I'm in my like not drinking, not smoking. And then it kind of became like a personality trait. And then I was like, damn, if I drink now, then the streak is gone. So then it became like a streak thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because it's so weird because I almost feel that way too. And I don't know if
Yes.
that's good or bad because like, okay, this past month, like there's been a couple like pool days or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone's like drinking and whatever. And I'm like, I would like to drink, but
Yeah.
then my streak is gone. It's like giving Snapchat vibes, like 1 day streak.
Yes.
And that's exactly how it felt. Like that's the best way to put it into words, but also I feel like it's like motivating because you're like,
Yes.
I'm keeping this streak up. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going against what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, is I thought about this to myself and I was like, I could sit here and drink, or I could drink by myself
Yeah.
and tell people I'm sober, but then I'm just lying to myself. Like
Yes.
then I'm cheating myself. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? And originally I didn't do it because of anyone else. Like I wasn't like, let me be an example. It was more of like I need to do this for myself, not just for I guess like mental aspects for my body. Like my body was like rotting. Like
Yeah.
like I know that's a bad way to put it, but I feel like I was just not healthy. Like I have not been healthy for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. The rotting thing, I know it's like such an extreme word in a sense, but alcohol is like technically poison inside our body, and the way that our body tries to get rid of it is like how it does with any poison. Like it's,
Throwing it up.
yes, it's
Yeah.
absolutely poison the way your body just tries to like, whoa, get this out of me. So it's true. Like if you've been doing that for, especially like Liz and I are different in the sense like I wasn't trying to stop it because I was having like a bad relationship with it or because I was doing it too much. It was just like I'm already basically not doing it. I might as well just never
Not
do
do
it.
it.
And
Yeah.
then Liz was like, oh, okay, like let me try to be healthy because this isn't working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely, the streak is so cool. Like it's like a
It's like I'm
personality
doing
trait.
it.
I'm like in my
No,
sober days.
that's bad. Like that's funny, but like that's so bad because it's like, yeah, like okay, jokes aside, because if people are gonna watch this and be like, so you're sober because it's a personality trait. No, 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 no. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
For me, yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I was telling Wendy this earlier because we were talking about it and whatnot, and like going in, like into what you said about like how your body rejects it ultimately if you have too
Yeah.
much. And it was the beginning of the month, or no, what month are we in?
We are in the end of April, almost May.
Okay.
I know, I almost forgot too. When you asked me, I felt like I was getting pop quiz. I'm like, what month are we
No,
in?
because I actually did forget. Like I don't pay attention to the date like that.
End of April.
Yeah, so the end of last month then, because I was gonna say the end of April, but it's
Okay.
definitely April. I had like a whole week after like drinking this one night that I swear like my tolerance was like up there. Like it was like really high, but I know for a fact I didn't drink that much. And like the next day I was hungover, like I was like throwing up. But that hangover lasted a week and I was like, okay, like this is not normal. Like this
A
is not,
week?
yeah, like it was the whole week. Like I was throwing up and it was like every single day. The first day, sorry, like TMI. But I was throwing up like 20 times a day. Like I couldn't even keep water down. I would try to take
Oh,
medicine, but I couldn't keep that down. And I just like sat there and I just had so much time to think because I couldn't eat. I couldn't
yeah.
go be big bagged. I couldn't go and do my normal activities. Like I couldn't.
You're just gonna skip past that. Like,
No, because it's so normal for me. I was like, I couldn't go out to eat. I couldn't keep anything down. Like I obviously couldn't leave the house. So like I had the whole week to sit there and like rethink what I was doing and like my choices. And like ultimately, I feel like I've been doing this to myself for so long because it's addicting. Like the party lifestyle is like when you're in it and it's
yeah.
hard to sit back and be like, okay, like this is becoming too much for me. And
Yeah.
I didn't have that at all. Like I definitely had my friends supporting me and like trying to help me, but I feel like I had to see it for myself. Like I had to sit there and be like, okay, like this is my limit. I'm not healthy at all. And after that, I just cut it. So it was just
Yeah.
kind of like, we're going to see how it goes. It's kind of weird though. It's so weird. I feel like my health went from like rock bottom to, and also I've been taking vitamins. Like I tried to make it a point. Yeah. I
Wow.
know.
What vitamins is she into? I just got into vitamins
Really?
too. I
That's
feel like I'm so late to the trend as a health girly, but
I,
what are the vitamins that you're into?
girl. Okay. I'm taking, well, this is a basic one, but this is a side note because also TMI. Actually, maybe not because everyone knew, but I was like, my hair was thinning
Okay.
real bad, like worse than it is like right now. Like my hair
Your
was
hair
like,
looks good, so.
thanks. No, my hair. Okay, I had like a bald spot right here. Like, we're getting
Oh.
into it. So, no, it's fine. It's fine because I'm like, we're past that now. But like, and I'm almost positive it was just because my health with like
Yes.
drinking so much and et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm taking hair, skin, and nails to help that.
Okay.
But that's just like a basic. I feel like
It's like a
everyone
girl
takes
one
that.
for sure.
It's like everyone's taking that, so it's not fun.
It must be for a good reason if everybody's doing it.
You're right. Yeah. Well, okay. I'm taking the pill one too, though, not the gummies.
All right. Yeah.
Those are a little like those are too girly for me. Like
those
I
are
need
baby ones.
Yeah.
We're grown ups.
Yeah. So I'm taking the pills.
Okay.
And then I'm taking like a multivitamin with like vitamin A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay. Yeah.
All of it.
F-I-J-K. Yeah. Okay.
The whole alphabet is in there.
Yes.
I read the back
Good.
at the store. I didn't even look too. I was like, "It's a vitamin." So
Not
we're taking it.
not the they them vitamin. Not the everybody inclusive.
It had every. I don't even know. Like I don't know how to
The
read
whole
vitamins.
alphabet, babe.
I just saw vitamin A and I was like, I'm pretty sure I need that.
Yeah.
So I took
And if
it.
it has a B, that's a plus.
Exactly. And
You
I
know?
see even better.
Bring it on.
So, bring it on. So I started taking that, and then girl, I don't even know what the third one is. It's like a probiotic.
Oh,
For
nice.
I don't even know the word. For just like your health. It's just like another probiotic. So I'm taking like a bunch of those to like help, because after that, obviously I still wasn't, just because I stopped drinking didn't mean I was healthy. So then I taking vitamins.
I love that.
To help. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's gonna take a while. You've been drinking for years. You know, it's our years where we've been drinking. So it's gonna take a while for your body to fully, if you already feel great, imagine how you'll feel like in another month and in another month. Like I'll say I feel sharper cognitively. Like I felt sharper for a lot of months, and then now I feel like I'm at like a peak. I don't know if it gets sharper than where I'm at mentally, you know, maybe like with more vitamins. But right now I feel like I've hit like a wall of like, okay, this is as sharp as it gets. But I would say like every month from now on, you're gonna feel a sharper Liz every single time. Like it feels amazing. The vitamins that I've been taking prenatals, which I know is so funny, but do you know what a prenatal is?
Yeah. You take it when you're pregnant.
Yeah, but actually you could actually take it before you're pregnant. Like they say that women in their birth giving years should be taking it because it's sort of like a multivitamin, but extra good.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
So I'm taking A, B, C, D, F, G and a prenatal.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah.
Exactly. So the prenatal has everything and more, because it's like it's all the good stuff. It's like for you and a baby. So imagine how good it is if you're not sharing it with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
if it's all you.
Just for me.
Just for me.
Okay.
So I'm taking a prenatal. It says like women should be taking it in their birth giving years, like before, during pregnancy, and after. So I was like, sign me up. Okay. Fish oil.
That's the one that I want to start taking because I've heard about that.
Yeah.
And cranberry pills. I heard about those too.
I heard about those, but I haven't dabbled.
It's literally just for better
urinary health.
What is literally that. It's better for like your health or whatever down there, and like to balance your pH levels and all that stuff, but I haven't gotten that one yet. Also, this is like a side note because I was thinking about this. Is there like a limit on vitamins you could take a day? Because I've been taking like 10 of them at a time, and I'm like, is this like, they're healthy, but it's too much of something isn't a good thing.
You know, that's a valid question. I think there's definitely a cap, but I think it depends. Like, I feel like you could definitely have a vitamin cocktail. Like, I know people take a lot.
That's what, like they be taking like a handful. So I'm like,
I know the worst case scenario for me, for example, like I think the prenatal has too much B12 or something for personally, because I guess I'm not sharing it. So I'll pee it out. Like you'll see your pee changes color. It's like a bright Yellow?
That's what was happening or is happening with the probiotic one.
Yeah.
So that one, because it's for balancing your levels. And yeah, like I definitely noticed that, but I was like, I'm not gonna go and tell someone this because what if that's not
No, it's normal. I
Okay.
Googled it because it caught me by surprise. Like, I haven't been taking the prenatals that long, and one day I just went and peed. I was in the shower.
She was like,
It was it was one of those, like, a good shower, warm me up, please.
okay.
hmm
Yeah.
And it was like highlighter yellow, like back to school, give me the pack, highlighter
Come
yellow.
on, Sharpie.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, wait a damn minute. I started panicking because I was in the shower. I couldn't Google it immediately, which is what
And
I
I would have
usually
hopped
do.
out the shower. And I would have not cared in that moment. I would be like,
Yeah.
okay, so yeah.
Am I dying? You know? So I was panicking. I was
And
like,
Google said you were dying, right?
it didn't. It actually gave me a quick answer.
Okay.
It was like, I was like, why is my pee highlighter yellow? It's literally what I Googled, and it said, oh, it can either be, I think one of the options was probably close to dying, and the other option was like, if you're taking too much B12 in your vitamins. And I was like, it must be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be the dying one.
But what if it was the dying one and you just didn't know?
We will never find. I guess we'll find out at my funeral.
Real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a speech because I knew about it first.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if you told anyone, so it's fine.
No, come and give a big old speech for me, please. But the
Jinx,
I
come
know
on.
that you could definitely take too much, but I think, like, yeah, worst case scenario, you just pee it out. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Please don't listen to this. Like, it might actually lead to, like, health problems. I'm not sure, but I think the worst case scenario is peeing it out.
But it's like I can't sit there and Google like what ones can I actually I can.
You can. There's
can
people
I mix,
who
what
like
can I not mix?
Yeah, there's people who dedicate their life to like vitamin cocktailing.
Okay, well, we're gonna vitamin cocktail the house down because
yeah,
I think it's doing something. I can only hope.
You could look up vitamin Andrew Huberman. That's what I do, and he kind of goes into like how many milligrams, what type of vitamin. Also, maybe we are peeing it out because we're not taking a vitamin that helps with absorbing it. Like, maybe you're not taking too much. Maybe you just don't have the right things in your body to absorb it, and you have to take a different thing. Oh my God, it's like endless stuff. You just can't win.
This is a deep dive into health issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your vitamins, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Flintstones.
Oh my God.
I didn't have to stress about my pee being yellow then. So
those were bus. Like, why did we ever stop?
No, I would eat them as a snack. But
Yeah.
I don't like the gummy ones.
Hungry.
I like the chalky ones. Those ones, don't diss them. I'm gonna bring you some next time I see you, and you're gonna try it. Those are better than the gummy ones.
I remember. I mean, I've had them, but they're definitely giving great value Smarties. Like, oh my God, Smarties were good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Smarties are like what Flintstones was trying to do.
But we're so off topic. We're talking about Smarties.
Sobriety
and Smarties. Sobriety. Can you capture sobriety and Smarties?
Smarties, like, because we are the
No.
Smarties of sobriety.
Perhaps.
Yep.
But yeah, I think the vitamins definitely help get my body back on track for now. Because it's not even been. It hasn't been 2 months yet. It's about to be 2 months in a day or two or something.
Really?
The start of 2 months.
So it's about to be a full month in like a day or two. Okay.
Yeah. So we're starting, but I only.
But a month is like a solid amount of time because you went cold turkey on drinking, on vaping, on like on your whole personality. Can we talk about that? She said she changed who Liz is. Like, Liz started over. Liz hit a reset button.
Yeah, factory reset myself.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm not going to lie because I can't lie about... I've hit vapes in the month.
Okay,
I haven't went and bought one. Because I was like, if I buy one, like, that's another cycle in itself. Because the money you spend on a vape... Like, aside from alcohol, like, vapes are, like, what, 25 to 30?
I had no idea.
Okay, well, that's 25 to 30. So
how long does a vape usually last, like, a girl our age, you know?
That was my issue, is mine would last, this is so bad, like 2 days sometimes. Sometimes 4. A week if I was lucky. That's, like, how bad of a...
So, like, 3 a week on average, maybe?
The silence is so loud because I don't know, but I don't want to say 3 a week because that's crazy. I know people that have a vape and it lasts them 2 months.
Okay.
So that's it's like a whole other thing though. Like the vaping.
That's a bill.
Yeah.
You could probably stack up and buy yourself something nice soon.
Yeah, I know.
In about a month or two. Like, it won't even take you that long.
I know. I need to like do the math on it because it is kind of crazy if I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've hit
It's
Oh,
okay. So
oh.
let's catch them up. The funny thing is, I told Liz before we started shooting, is like, hey, the mic picks up like your thoughts and your breath, and like if you go like in girl world, you know, we talking, we're like,
In girl
so
world.
yeah, in girl, I feel
Yeah.
like men don't just walk around like
Yeah,
that's a little sus. Like for a straight
for
man,
sure.
I think that's like the they, thems, and girlies, you know.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey, don't breathe on the
Don't move. Don't
don't
stuck
move,
in
don't
it.
lick your lips, don't freaking do anything, and
'Cause they
don't.
won't know.
And she was like, no, I don't do that. And I was like, okay, we'll see. And then she's caught herself a couple times going,
Well, this is a new thing for me, I guess, or maybe it's just because right now, but
yeah.
I actually never knew I do that. But vape money, alcohol money, drug money. Can I say that?
I
Is
guess
that
if we
illegal?
whisper it, like
We're
nobody,
being honest.
I mean,
We're being so honest. So all that money,
alcohol and weed is like a drug.
exactly.
It's like, who knows
So,
what she's talking about? I don't know.
right. All that money, definitely. That's a whole other topic though, because the
Yeah.
money that you spend on partying and alcohol is like, you don't think it does, but it accumulates. But yeah, I basically like with the alcohol, I cut everything at the same time. Like I was like,
Yeah.
why am I gonna, do other stuff, but I'm not drinking? Like it still ties into the same thing.
Yeah.
So I basically just cut all of them, and I'm still standing by that, except for occasionally hitting someone's
Someone
vape.
else's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I just pretended to nab in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't have to
but
count that.
no.
We don't have to.
What was the question again that you asked me before that?
I don't remember. I think it was like, I think it was me telling them that you had went cold turkey on a lot of things.
Yeah, so it was
Like your
everything at once.
personality, your,
That
yeah.
that's what I was gonna get into. So yeah, aside from just like cutting the rest,
Apart from addictions.
yeah, because that's a very real thing, and I feel like it's also so weird because I mean, to whoever's like gonna watch this video, like they might probably know me, and I feel like a lot of people didn't realize like how bad it really was or how much I was actually partying. Like I would post it here and there, but realistically it was like, or I mean it felt like every night or every other night at
Yeah.
least. Um so I just like with all of that, like in the alcohol and everything like that and the party scene, I just like kind of was just thinking about like, okay, is this still making me happy? Because like I know like, people think of like your college years or like your early 20s and they think of like, yeah, you're gonna party and this and that. But like I feel like it gets dark very quick, and that's kind of where it got with me is like I was just like I never cut it off. It was like enough is enough. Like I was just like
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. So I definitely, internalized that, and I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna cut all this cold turkey because the mental aspect also of like how far it like brings you down, like I feel like it's just not spoken about at all.
Yeah.
But what did you have experiences like that as well with like your mental health when you were not sober, when you would drink or smoking?
I never had a problem with my mental health just because, like I said, I wasn't doing it so much. And I guess smoking
Yeah.
goes away and it doesn't leave any side effects as opposed to like drinking. I just didn't really like I said, like I didn't like not feeling at 100% after. And it never affected my mental health, but it is funny, like the social aspect, like going out with your friends, everybody's like, especially if I'm going out with people that aren't like my close knit friends, and everybody's like, wait, you're not drinking? Wait, you don't drink? And it's like, you have to explain it to the whole party. Like everybody's like, here, let's take a shot. And then they see you not drinking. And it's like, wait, you don't drink? And it becomes like this phenomenon of like, this alien is in the room and like, why doesn't she drink? And then it's like, is it because she used to be an alcoholic? Is it because like,
Yeah.
and it's like, guys, I'm just trying to add this to my personality trait. Like, let's just relax, okay?
She's stacking up.
I'm
Yeah, she's
stacking up.
stacking
And
up traits.
like the streak thing is like funny and like superficial as it sounds. People keep streaks of like going to the gym, of like eating healthy, of showing up for themselves, of reading. Like I read every day. I do this every day. It's like, what's wrong with saying like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm 100% sober and like cognitively performing at 100 every day. It just sounds funny because it's like streak sounds superficial, but it is. And it's
That's
like,
exactly what it
but
is.
it's exactly
Yeah.
for me. And I know that's not everybody's journey. Somebody might really be like, oh, I'm doing this really for my health, or because I'm trying to like whatever, like you, maybe it's like the streak might be keeping you like keep
From doing it.
from doing it, but it might not be your only reason. As opposed to, for me now, it's like it's more like a personality trait. Like, yeah, I don't drink. Like, now if I have a drink, now I can be like, I haven't drank in like a year. Like, now I can't just say that, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
I might as well just not do it. And
Yeah.
now that I know that it's like how unhealthy it is for your body, like once you really like do a deep dive into like research and what it really does and how bad it is, then you're like, damn, why would I ever do that? I think some people also are a little bit more shy in social settings, have maybe like social anxiety or don't know how to like perform in a room with people. And I know that drinking eases a lot of that like worry and like anxiety and pressure. And it kind of just lets you ease into the party and into the people there and into whatever you're doing. For me, I maybe because I'm a Leo, maybe I don't know the circumstance of what added up to who I am, but I don't really have that struggle. Like I am like the same me regardless. And it was actually more the opposite where I felt like I was more embarrassing to my how I wanted to present myself when I was drinking. Like if I was drinking and I was at the club with my friends, which is like a you know me, like one in a year thing, but still I would end up like feeling like I was looking sloppy or like wasn't walking out of there looking like okay, you know, and it's like I don't know. I think I like hyped myself up so much in my head because I like wasted and whatever, and I had this social presence that I wanted to upkeep as like a businesswoman and like somebody to like respect among my peers. Like I just had this image of myself, and I felt like whenever I was drinking socially and I was no longer like sharp or like knew that I was like keeping myself like good and like that if somebody pulled out a phone that I wasn't looking like and
Yeah.
they're taking another
Yeah,
shot.
there's probably like 100,000 videos of
You know
me
what I
like
mean?
that on
It's
everyone's
messy.
phone. No, me being messy, that's a whole other conversation
No,
too.
I've
Let's
had
not.
messy moments, but I can imagine if you're doing that multiple times a
Yeah.
week, like the
I feel like
list.
no, because you said what? You said you feel awkward whenever like you were drunk because you were thinking of like, what if I'm sloppy and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel awkward when I'm not drunk. And that was something that I feel like I had
Mm,
to get used to as well, is because, like being around the people that I'm always around drunk, like obviously like they see this like version of
yeah.
myself. But then, since this month and I've seen the
Yeah.
same people but sober, I just feel awkward. Like I feel so out of place now, which is not fun at all because it's like I am sober and they're not. But
Yeah.
I feel like they recognize me acting completely different. It's kind of weird. Because like even since like I've been like sober for this month or whatever, like I haven't just, stopped being around the people that I've been around just because they're not. Like I could care less. Like if they
Yeah.
want to do what they're doing, like whatever. But yeah, like in different social settings, like I felt awkward because I know that I'm sober and
Yeah.
they know I'm sober, but they're not. So it's just like a
Yeah.
weird little like fine line of like, okay, like I don't know how to act because everyone's
Yeah.
like going kind of crazy and I'm like, I don't know. Like I feel like I'm boring now. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know, like a middle-aged like white woman. Like that's like where I've
Well,
gotten
half
because
of
I'm
that is true.
yeah, I'm getting there. Oh my
No, I'm
god,
saying the
the
white
white
woman.
one. Oh, I was like, okay, like I get it. Like I'm Asian, but like come on.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so it's just been kind of weird doing that. Like being in the club. I don't really want to go much
Yeah.
anymore, but that's where I've met so many people. So
Yeah.
um yeah, but that whole like party scene, I just feel like it's not like talked about. Like my mental health was like has been at a decline for like over a year now. And I definitely can say that alcohol had a lot to do with it because alcohol is a depressant in itself. So if I'm already feeling this way and then I drink, where is that going to bring me,
Right.
So
What's that quote like alcohol or like drinking is like borrowed happiness or something like that? Have you ever heard that
I
quote?
have not.
Really?
I haven't. I've heard what is it? Drunk words or sober thoughts. I've heard that.
Yeah, that's like a common one. The one that I just said, what was it again?
Something borrowed happiness.
Oh yeah,
Drunk.
like alcohol or drinking, something like that. Like it's borrowed happiness. And it kind of just means like because you like what you're saying, it's a depressant. So in the moment you feel turnt and hashtag lit, and then like the next day you feel like poopy booty and like you're extra sad. So
Yeah.
that's why it says like borrowed happiness, because you're like taking it from like you tomorrow
Yeah.
to be extra happy in that moment.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I said, it's just like hard to get out of it because it is fun for a while and it
Yeah.
is something that like is easy to get like sucked into, like the nightlife, the party life, whatever, especially because I live right by,
Yeah.
Party Central.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm right there. So it's just
Which
kind of
was good
like,
when you were in party vibes. It's made
yeah.
it easier for
Now
yourself.
I'm like, I want to live in like Oklahoma on a ranch
Oh,
because
that's
like I'm
so
sober.
perfect.
Like, what am
Yeah.
I gonna do?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I should move to Texas or something, like live in like
Right.
a cottage because I'm sober. Like,
Yeah. Do
like
you
I
feel like
literally,
now that you're sober and you have like a little bit more like mental clarity? I know we're talking about this off camera, how now you're more into like your soft girl vibes and you're kind of reconnecting with that side of you that kind of wanted that like home feeling, that like family life. Do you feel like that's like here to stay? Like now that you're not drinking and you kind of have awakened this side of you that maybe you were like ignoring or suppressing for a while, do you feel like now being sober that you feel like the real you, or you feel like maybe if you start drinking occasionally in like a couple months or whatever and like incorporating back into your life, you think it'll change that personality again?
um, so I actually, it's funny that you asked that because I actually like internally thought about this because I was like, obviously that now that I'm sober, I was like, I don't want to like just transform into someone I'm not. And then I caught myself because I was like, I've always wanted like this, like, how you're saying like family vibes. Like, I've always
Yeah.
wanted that in life, but I feel like if anything, like the partying like pulled me away from that. Like, I've always, like, since I was like little, like, I've always wanted to like have a family of my own, this and that. So if anything, I feel like the partying took me away from like who I really was because I got
Yeah.
so lost in that. I definitely like I feel like it is here to stay. Like I don't foresee me getting back into like what I was doing because of like a month, like I said, like this month has been like transformative for me, like physically, mentally, and now I'm just kind of trying to mostly like do what makes me happy, like overall. Like, okay, I'm sober, but aside from that, I'm like, what do I want to do now? Like what do I want to do?
Yeah.
What are like I'm looking for like new opportunities, or like how I told you, like the whole, me wanting to have a family. I'm like, I'm gonna start working towards like everything I ever wanted because I'm like, what, like I don't feel like there's time to waste. Like life is so short. Like what I'm gonna wait. I don't feel like I need to wait till I'm 30 to like
Yeah.
want to like get married or start a family, or obviously like I want to start working on like my career this year because all of that has just been like pushed to the side. Like I took it and I pushed it to the side to drink and party. And it's just kind of crazy. Like that's
Yeah.
blatantly what it is. Like
Yeah.
that's literally what I did. Um so I think like I'm just going to continue, and of course like no, like it's not easy, you know what I'm saying, per se, because of course like I have moments like I'm like, oh, like I could drink and it would be fun. But I'm just like no, like I'm trying to be like tunnel vision,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to like just continue to focus on that and like just doing like what makes me happy, what makes me feel good. I don't want to get sucked back into it either. I don't want to because I know myself, and I feel like also I have an addictive personality, and that was kind of the issue. Is it was just like so easy for me, and I didn't realize it until now.
Yeah.
So I have my little. I feel like my frontal lobe was developing, but I know that doesn't happen until you're like 25. So
No, it's like it's always developing. But they say it's not done
fully,
developing
yeah.
until around 25 for women. And some women it happens before, some people after. It's kind of like a rough estimate. And for men, it's like 27 because they're dumb. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I
They're a
mean,
little, they should just take a little bit
just
more
a
time in the
little.
oven.
Yeah, no, they need to cook.
Yeah, let them
Just
cook.
let them cook.
Let them cook
Add
in
some
there,
adobo.
please.
Add something in there, cause
Yeah, a little bit more
mm,
time.
yeah,
But maybe yours is like that moment, and maybe it's not even, but like, sometimes we do have like a transformative experience, like what you said, you were sick for like a week because of like something you did one night, and then it kind of is like a reflection moment, like what am I doing, and like
yeah,
it could be as easy as that. So for some people it's like hitting rock bottom, or a different, you know what I'm saying, like everybody has like their own like turning point where they're like reflecting. And it's not to say like partying is bad or that drinking is bad. Like I know a lot of people that drink and party in moderation, like everything in moderation is like fine. And it's so interesting because we're like opposites in the sense of like I was never a party girl. I was never like a drinking girl, yet I'm like, okay, let me be sober.
let me
And
be
then you're
sober.
doing basically the harder thing, like the real hard thing, which is like stepping away from your whole like personality. I didn't really have to, I wasn't missing partying with my friends. I wasn't missing drinking because I never really did it. So it was like way easier to like add that
Mhm.
to my roster of like, this is who Wendy is, than you who like you're constantly still around the same friends that are partaking, or you're still in the environment of people partying and you have to like actively turn it down, which
Yeah.
is makes you like obviously like extra strong. Like it's so admirable because it is harder to be in front of the people that are doing the thing that you're so used to
And then not wanna
and
do
not.
it
Yeah.
and not fall into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just honestly, of course, there's a fine line as well with, like, my real friends and, like, party friends, like, that is a very different thing. Now, it was bound to happen, but, like, the party people have already kind of fallen off, like, they're
Oh,
already
okay.
gone, and it's only
Yeah.
been a month, and I'm like, "Babe, like,
Yeah.
I knew this was gonna happen," and it, like, sucked in a way because I was like, "Okay, things are changing," and, like, personally, I don't like change. I know that sounds kinda crazy, but I
Yeah.
just don't like change. But, yeah, my party people are kind of gone, but I told myself, like, "Okay, even though I'm sober," like I said, and my friends are still doing this, like, I was like, "I still love them, and I still care about them, and I value my friendships, so whatever they wanna do, like, I'm going to, like, still be there," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, because I didn't wanna be that person that, like, I got sober and then, like, I started, like, changing who I was to the point where I was, like, cutting my friends
Yeah.
just because, like, I didn't want it to seem like that. I don't feel that way at all, which was, like, a very important thing to me as well because the people closest to me do know that I'm sober.
Yeah.
So I didn't wanna make them feel different or any type of way about that. So that's what I'm also focused on.
Yeah.
It's, like, me being sober and then, like, watering my little
Yeah.
flowers of, like, the people that are, like, close to me
Yeah.
and keeping that going, but, I mean, I guess the party people didn't matter anyway because it's not like they were serving me in any way, like, they weren't adding value into
Yeah.
my life. That's kinda mean. I don't mean for it to be
No,
mean,
I
but it's
mean, it
kinda
is what
like
it is.
yeah.
There's a lot of like, I don't know what's the word. I don't think that's what platonic means. I was gonna say platonic friendships, but I don't.
Acquaintance?
Yeah,
Acquaintances?
there's just friendships that are for
One
that
thing
stage.
only.
Yeah, one thing only. One. It's not like one glove fits all for those. It's like one glove fits this.
One glove fits all.
You-
Yeah.
But some friends are like that, like what you're saying, which is like, even if I'm not drinking, I still love you. Like
Yeah.
you're more than just talking about partying, buddy. And then there's people who are like, oh, we party together. Like there's like people who you just go to the gym with, people who you just do this with, like, and then there's friends who you're like, come over to Thanksgiving. There's like category of
There's
friends.
levels.
That could be a whole episode because there is like levels of friendships, and it's like natural. If you stop going to the gym and you have a gym bud, I mean, when else are you guys gonna hang out?
No,
Like
yeah.
grow up, be for real. If you quit a job and that's like your work bestie,
Then she's not your work bestie.
bye. You know what
No.
I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah.
it is what it is. Maybe that friendship like surpassed that job and like you guys hang out outside of work, that's a different thing. But if that was just your friend at work and then it's like now you transfer jobs, it's like love you, I'll miss you. But it is what it is. If it's not like, a friend that you need, then it's not a friend that you need. Like,
No, and the thing is, along with that, it's funny because I paid close attention as well with the people i- are in my life, were in my life, whatever you want to say, but I paid attention when I told certain people, like obviously, because they're like, "Hey, how are you
mhm.
doing?" And I'm gonna tell you like what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I paid attention to how they reacted. That was a big thing too,
Mm.
because if I got the reaction that was like, ew, like that's so like or something. Even if it was a joke, I didn't take it that way. Like I was like, that's
Yeah.
kind of passive because like this is a big thing to me.
Yeah.
If you know me, like this is a big thing for me. So like if you were giving me a reaction of like oh like you're boring now and like whatever, then I was like
Yeah.
cut. Like I don't even care at that point. Um yeah, it's kind of a weird fine line,
No, that's
but
a great like test. Like, let me see how they're gonna take this
yeah,
news
because how could
because
you sit there and like get mad at me for being sober
like
when
don't be
like
weird. Like what
don't
the
be weird
hell?
about it, yeah.
Yeah, no. That's
Like
a great test right there. Like, let me see how you're gonna take this news. Like, are you gonna be sweet? It's
exactly.
like telling your friend like you're pregnant. It's like if they're like,
If they're
are
like,
you gonna kill
ew,
it? It's like,
that's
whoa,
like absolute
huh?
like and then
Like
you're cut. You're cut.
you're cut.
That would be another That's a test for later, actually. Thank you for giving me that information.
That's a good idea, though.
Hey, I'm pregnant. And then if they're like, absolutely not.
When are
that's
we
just
going
like,
to the appointment? It's like, which
that's weird. Like,
that's
and I don't like that because it's just like,
such a
it's
sign
not
of
your
a
call
bad
to
friend.
make.
Right.
But
same thing with like
yeah.
a friend, like what you're saying. If they're like, ew, why? And
Are
it's
you
like,
sober?
oh,
Like, oh,
time
you
to
don't
let you
support.
go.
And then
Yeah.
you just realize that wasn't your friend. And that's like,
Yeah.
okay, you made it easy for me. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, babe.
And you're how old now? Are you 21? No, you're 20.
20. It's fine. Everyone knows.
You know, it's
I'm not
so
even 21 yet. I can't even illegally drink and I'm already... Is that not crazy? I went through every stage of grief. I can't
That's
even
crazy.
legally
How
drink
is she
and I already had a
How is
problem.
she sobering up from something she's not allowed to do? What? That's crazy.
That's
I always
where we
think you're
are.
21 because Nani and Venus and stuff.
Everyone's past me.
Yeah.
Age.
I always get confused because those are like my younger friends in my head. I'm like, oh, like they're like, you guys are the younger people that I know. And then there's like the people my age, and then there's like the friends that are a little bit older. So I'm like, oh, the younger folks, they are all 21.
No, it's so funny because even another thing, like along with this, I was like, my 21st is coming up. What the hell am I gonna do now?
You're gonna turn up. But without
I told
drinking.
myself, I was like, okay. I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna drink on my 21st?
Are you?
That's whenever I might break the streak. But like, if you know, you know. If you know I broke it, and then everyone else asks, I'm like, hey, that was kind of messed up.
I think
but
you should.
Know.
I think you should thug it through, just for the fact that like it's almost like the ultimate test. You know, like what a better reason to drink. Like what a better excuse. Like silver platter. Like hey, it's her 21st. Only do that once. You know what I'm saying? Is if there was ever a time to drink, it's on a 21st birthday. So I feel like what a time to hold on to the streak.
I know.
Then it's like you're almost like, invincible. That's like the ultimate test. That's like the get to the top.
No, it is. It is. Yeah, I feel like in the moment, like if I drank, like I'd be like whatever, just because it was my 21st. Mm-hmm. But then the next day I'd be like, oh my god, like, and I would have like a identity crisis.
Yeah, maybe you go out for like you could still do the drinking thing, but it'll be like maybe like mocktails, and it'll be funny. Like you still act like you're like getting hammered.
Right? Yeah, I just give myself a bunch placebo.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's kind of
That's crazy.
And maybe like drink a bunch of like espresso martinis, so you could be like off the caffeine. So it's like in a sense you're turned up, but it's like so like what's it called? Like espresso martinis, but without the alcohol, like a virgin espresso martini.
Coffee.
Yeah, but like still in the martini glass.
What if I just like pretend to take shots the whole night?
That's what I think. I think that would be so fucking funny.
And they're like, you were so drunk last night. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. Like
stupid. No, I wasn't.
Wait, that's actually hilarious.
It's so iconic.
But now everyone knows, so I can't do it.
They won't know.
You don't even know.
Only the real ones are gonna watch this. So
you're right.
Or a Liz fan, and if they're a fan and they watch this deep, because this is the end of the episode, so if they thugged it through the end, they should know. They should know.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to have you back on after your birthday and see what you ended up doing.
What happened?
Yeah, we have to have you on a part 2 for a follow-up. That's gonna be like
a Dr. Phil episode.
Oh my god, I hope she thugged it through, because if you don't, you get a pass. It's your 21st. But if you do, you get like crazy. Maybe you'll get the first Pink Podcast. What's it called? Icon Award. I'll make a new award.
Oh my god, you should have an award show.
Yeah, that'll be so funny. Maybe I'll do it like in the 20th episode where I've had enough like vibes going on.
You definitely should.
Or maybe like
that's actually kind of yeah. You should do it.
Yeah. So if you want to earn yours,
okay,
it's in the air.
It's the Variety Award.
Yeah, it's the Variety Award. Most
it's
iconic.
A pink trophy.
It has to be. It has to be a pink bow. That's a trophy.
It's kind of genius.
I know. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for spilling your own beans for the sake of health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The girls needed to know.
Okay, quick, and now they know.
Rapid fire. Any advice to somebody who's trying to like sober up? If they're like, damn, I really want to do it, but it's like, oh, wow, I really want to party.
I was gonna give if you want my real advice, do what I did. Cold turkey it's not for the weak, but I feel like if I kept procrastinating and saying like, oh, I'm gonna be sober next month, I would have never done it. Like I'd still be in the same position. So definitely, like if you're thinking about it, that's probably a sign that you should make the change, because what are you waiting for? So just do it. Try, like, even for as long as you can go. Like, even if there's...
Just do it.
There's no set goal. Like if you don't know if you're like, oh, like I want to get sober for like a couple weeks,
Yeah.
cold turkey, just like go for it. Like don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, because then you're not gonna do it.
Okay.
So
I like
yeah.
that. I would say do it one day at a time. Like say I'm gonna be sober today, and then just do that every day. Just be like, I'm just gonna be sober today. Like, cause you get the urge, or like something happens, or like your friends are like, let's go out, or this or that. And then it's like, if you start thinking about being sober for
Yeah.
a month or for 3 months, and then it feels like such a long task. So if you just focus on like, okay, I don't know if I'll make it through the month, but I'm just gonna focus on being sober today. And then if you do that enough times, then you'll be addicted to the streak. So just start off with like saying, I'm gonna just be sober today, and then say it every day.
Yeah.
Until you've been
It
sober for a
helps.
while.
It's still kind of like I still don't even know. I feel like a month like passed me, but yeah, just go for it. Like that's all I
Yeah.
can say, to be
YOLO.
honest. And like again, like if you knew me personally, like that's the last. That's like
When you told
equivalent.
me I couldn't, I was like, what? You're what?
I know that's like equivalent to like a pregnancy announcement.
Oh my
for
God, no,
like a
literally from Liz, this is more shocking than a pregnancy. Personally.
No, honestly,
know?
because like if you knew me, like it was every day. So again, like just
I kind of
having.
got like a concept that, or not concept, I kind of got an idea, a whiff that maybe you, that maybe you were like changing the vibes when I saw this one TikTok you made about like, it was like the life I want to live or something like that. And you had like, and I was like,
Was
this is
it?
so cute.
Okay, could I have like two? What one was it? Was it the one with like my like dreams and aspirations, or it was like, oh no, was it the collage one?
Collage.
Yeah, with my little.
Collage.
Listen, I'm a Pinterester.
I
for
love
life.
that.
I
I'm
love Pinterest.
I don't
That's my
always stay on
goddess.
it, but anytime I need to make like a mood board or like a vision board or anything like that, I'm on there. But I'm not like consistently on it.
I'm on it like lately. It's been like every day or every other day at
It's like the
least.
best social media thing.
That is like for me, like I feel like Pinterest is like manifestation.
Yeah, it is. It's perfect because it just feeds you more of the stuff that you want. And it doesn't give you like that envy taste in your mouth like Instagram. Like, I don't know. When I'm on
Yeah,
Instagram
no.
and I see people like
I'm like,
turning up or something or having a good time or traveling and I'm not in my traveling year, I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. But like, I want to be there. Like,
no, I feel like
you
it's
know.
just like inspiring. Like I know that sounds so
No,
corny,
it
but
is.
I swear like it's so weird because I have like my boards and then I have parallels to like real life. It's like things that I've saved and I'm like I want this one day, and then now I'm like I have it, and then I realized like for instance, when I was still living at my family's home before I moved out, I had like this pin of like this like apartment, and it was, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's parallel to my current room. Like it's weird,
Yeah.
like the mirror on the wall, the
Aw.
vanity lights, like everything. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I kind of manifest this. So that's another thing though within like the whole being sober thing, is that's helped me a lot. I know it sounds weird, but it's kept me motivated. So I keep making like boards and like just thinking about the future rather than the past, and like everything I could have done. Like, oh, I could have been sober last year. I could have been doing better, last year. So I've been doing that like a lot. Like I've
Yeah.
literally just been making Pinterest boards
Oh, so
of like
cute.
future life, like what
Yeah.
I want. And I intend, like I fully intend to just like full
To get
send
it
on
all.
it.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
I
it's
love
helpful
Pinterest
to
for
keep
sure.
your mind busy.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking about partying.
Yeah. Right.
Literally.
Another tip. Be on Pinterest if you're trying to get
Pinterest
sober.
boards.
Yeah.
No, it sounds. You Google it and that's something that Wikipedia would like say.
Yeah.
Go on Pinterest.
Yeah. The WikiHow, and it's like step 1, throw the alcohol
And
away.
she's
Step
like,
2, open Pinterest. My man didn't know what WikiHow was, and I was like, what are you talking about? You don't know what WikiHow is? Like, hello?
So you never heard of Wikipedia ever?
I think he knows Wikipedia, but specifically if you look up like how to ride a bike, and then like one of the articles is like a WikiHow, and it's like those green like.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about because I do take their information.
I certainly write it down. I take
Unpopular.
notes.
Everyone's like, don't listen to Wikipedia. And I'm like, I trust them.
Be quiet. Like, what do you know?
Exactly.
Like,
they know more than you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But That's definitely advice that I would give you.
Take that one. That's the
Pinterest.
best advice we've given here.
Go on.
Ever.
You're trying to get sober. Step 1, download Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's literally. I'm being real with you. I'm telling you what I did, and that's what I did.
There you go.
And also, like, just I've been out like every day, like shopping or like thrifting,
occupying yourself.
Yeah,
with
staying
other
occupied
things. Yes.
helps you not ponder.
Yeah.
On wanting to drink.
That's very true. This one book I have, it's called Atomic Habits. It talks about like replacing a habit, and like obviously like this going out partying, whatever, drinking and stuff, it's a habit. And it's like a lifestyle, it's habitual. So it talks about exactly what you're saying, like swapping out like a bad habit for like a different habit. Like you still have to occupy the time. You can't just say like, okay, no more drinking. And then it's like, okay, what am I gonna do right now? Like you're doing the perfect thing, which is like keeping yourself busy, like swapping bad habits for good habits, because then it doesn't leave that empty room, like what you're saying, to make a bad choice. Like you're busy living a happy life.
I think that's probably because the first piece of advice I still advise, but I would definitely say keeping yourself busy
and going on Pinterest.
No, that's the number one. Pinterest, that's literally it. I promise you. That, or just like doing things that like I've always liked but haven't given time to.
Yeah.
Like taking pictures. Like I just like having my little photo shoots. Like just like doing girl things. Or like prioritizing self-care. Like having like a self-care night. I hadn't had one of those in like how long? Why? Because where am I? At the club.
Come on. She's back in her soft girl era.
To be honest, I don't think I ever had.
Really?
Soft girl era. I think it's entering. I think it's like new era unlocked.
Well, she's turning 21. And like you're so young. It's crazy. Disgusting. So you have like, this is like probably the best time for you to be doing this. You get me? Like, it's not like you're my age, like 24, almost 25, like now sobering up, which sobering up whenever is like perfect. But I'm saying you're doing it at such like a perfect, like the beginning of your 20s, like not mid 20s, not like late 30s, not like later in life. Some people get sober in like 40s and then they have an amazing career and then turn their life around. But you're doing it like halfway through your baby life, you know, like
that's
so you're golden. You're golden. Guys, you know what to do. Go on Pinterest.
Go on Pinterest and search dream life.
Yeah.
That's what I could literally pull up my Pinterest searches. It's like, I don't want to say embarrassing, but like I wouldn't show them. No, like I wouldn't be like, look, this is what dream life.
Pinterest is perfect. It's like family, Google on steroids.
Wife, what to do when you have nothing to do. And I've used WikiHow. I've used it when I swear to God, I literally looked up. I was like, what to do when you have nothing to do.
She's that girl. I don't care what anybody says. WikiHow be hitting.
Yeah. Very like two useful tools, and I swear by them. I really, it
Pinterest,
sounds like
WikiHow.
No, yeah. Just like focus on the future.
Yeah.
And go for it. Literally do things that make you happy. Do things that you don't usually put time into. Go on a walk.
Please. Well, ladies, you heard it here first. Pinterest, WikiHow, and go sober if you haven't already. Give it a try. You know, even if you don't have a problem, do it for like a month just to join us. Just so that when Liz is back, you could all comment how your month went, you know? Yeah. And join us in being boring and fabulously like sober, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
It's more fun than it sounds.
It's a new trend.
It is.
Yeah, it's a very good trend.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, like it is very good
best thing you could do for yourself, for sure. Well, I love you, girlies. I'll see you all next Wednesday. Thank you, Liz, for coming on. Love you.
Yeah.
Bye, girls.